Good idea, Dylan. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. See, I provided something by interrupting you guys.
Wait a minute.
I'll be in my room.
That's indecent.
This video contains spoilers.
But why else would you be here for a show that ended, like a month ago?
Yeah, exactly. All the spoilers are out there on the interwebs because nobody knows how to shut their mouth. Well, we look super close together.
We have background music, it's fine.
Background music? What's that? Hey, how's it going? Mark says hello.
Hello, Mark.
R2 says hello as well.
R2's disembodied head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's not think about that.
Well, I kind of want to think about it. I kind of want to think about the possibilities
Next
of what happened.
video.
Noted. Okay, we're doing an Obi-Wan review.
We are.
We're here just to give our overall thoughts and impressions on the 6-episode mini-series. I'll say season 1 because I think there's going to be a season 2.
Optimistic, but sure.
Why do you think? Why are you optimistic? Only optimistic.
From what I heard, the ratings could have been better. I think, at least in terms of like numbers watching it, I heard that Book of Boba Fett might have outperformed it somehow.
Oh God!
So we'll see. Also, I feel like there had been some discussion early on that Kenobi was just going to be the one
Interesting
miniseries. Okay. So I'm down for more Ewan McGregor.
I'm always down for more Ewan McGregor. Positives. We finally got some good Hayden Christensen acting. It's positive number 1. Positive number 2. Ewan McGregor's back, and he looks great. Performances in the show were very strong. And
for the most part.
For the most part. Wait, what do you think wasn't? Which performances did you not like?
We can come back to that in a second.
Okay, good. Noted. The final duel between Obi-Wan and Vader was mesmerizing and emotional and beautiful. And also, Obi-Wan sees the weight of his failures. Some interesting developments there for our guy.
As for the performances, I really thought they nailed the casting of young Leia. I thought that young actress did a fantastic job capturing the character. I feel like they maybe could have waited a couple years till she looked more like the 10-year-old she was supposed to be as opposed to a 7-year-old. And that would have also gotten you a little bit closer to Ewan McGregor looking like,
Alec Guinness.
What do you say, septuagenarian Alec Guinness?
Yeah.
So.
Did I just say Alec McGinnis?
No, I almost said Alec McGinnis.
I think I said Alec McGinnis.
Well, here we are saying Alec McGinnis, and that's not going to change for the rest of the video.
Oh, God.
So.
It's late, y'all.
Yeah, I did enjoy seeing more of Alderaan and more of Bail Organa's character.
Mm-hmm.
And also, slightly controversial opinion, I really liked Reva's motivation.
We love spicy takes on the channel.
Yeah, I thought Reva's motivation was interesting because it plays off of that Inquisitor hunger for power and actually directs it towards something other than just, oh, and I'll get more powerful. No, it's, hey, all that I am doing is focused on killing Vader because I know what he is.
Justice. Yeah.
In a way.
In a way, yeah, her own twisted sense of justice.
Revenge on the Sith.
Revenge on the Sith instead of revenge of the Sith.
There we go.
Except Inquisitors aren't really Sith.
Yeah.
They're Sith adjacent. Contrary to what Mark... That's an interesting point, though. I think Reva's motivations were actually one of my... not negatives, but head-scratching moments for the season. Her motivations were a little head-scratching for me. I understood them, but also with the Tatooine of it all, why did she have to go to Tatooine to something like draw Luke out if the target of her vengeance was Vader?
Yeah, that was
like
distraction.
that was canon-shattering adjacent.
Uh,
At least in my mind.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do think it was a distraction from what could have been a pretty strong final episode.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the final episode was my favorite one of the series. However, the Tatooine of it all was mildly confusing. Just because Luke had never seen a lightsaber until Obi-Wan gives him the lightsaber in A New Hope. I guess Luke did pass out when he fell down, when Reva force pulled him down the cliff, so...
He was already out the roof by the time Reva got into the room, so...
Yeah. I mean, one last minute positive. I did like the flashbacks to Order 66.
Yes.
Those were excellent.
Real, live clone trooper armor, not CG.
Yes. It was
Very
great.
exciting.
It was absolutely fantastic. And the flashback to Obi-Wan and Anakin dueling in the Jedi Temple was mesmerizing. It was worth it seeing Hayden Christensen do a good job in acting for once.
Hayden Christensen suffering a little bit from Orlando Bloom and the Hobbit syndrome, but still, good flashback.
Yeah, good flashback. And also my favorite part of the entire season was the conversation between Obi-Wan and Vader on that, I guess it was Jabim.
Eh, who cares?
When they had the final duel, I choked up. It was a great sequence. The look on Obi-Wan's face, the evil smile on Vader's face with the mask sliced open, and you see half of Anakin's like burned, scarred face, and just like the sadistic look on his face, but also the color changing from blue slowly to red, and then Obi-Wan like finally coming to accept that his friend is truly gone. I thought that was very moving and very, very well done, with a couple of notes here and there. So
I thought the Resistance cell could have been fleshed out a little better. Their motivation was a little shaky. I'll point to a criticism one of my friends had, that the Resistance cell leader's like, oh, we can't risk it all for one person. I lost my wife and child. Of course I'll help you.
let's not rest in peace, Wade. Yeah.
Now for the cons. I'm going to take lead on this one. The Princess Leia chase through the forest. Grown men failing to step over a fallen log. That was the chase sequence. Failing to be able to like run after a child. I'll also mention
Do you want to hold on to?
I'm good. Well, I guess I'm holding now.
Okay.
Rather randomly. Other cons, I feel like the story was rushed at points.
Yeah.
Episode 4 was by far the weakest, although admittedly they did justify some of the hand-wavy elements of Kenobi's escape from the Fortress Inquisitorius, or whatever they called it.
Yeah, they did.
It was all a setup. It was all luring him. It was all baiting him to go find the rest of the rebel cell. It was totally intentional that we let him escape in the most brutally obvious way possible.
Mm-hmm.
The show definitely would have benefited from more budget. Darth Vader's throne in the room just looked like a CG box that he was put in. Like it looked computer generated, like if he was on the volume or whatever the wraparound LED screen was. It didn't look physical. Like just make the Inquisitors' costumes and makeup boost it a little bit. I mean, doesn't have to be the everyone getting butthurt about
stabbed in the gut and then magically have two stomachs.
No, I meant the Inquisitor having a slightly rounder face than he does. Grand Inquisitor having a slightly rounder
from
face,
Rebels.
not being quite so slender.
So you like this? Oh, you did not like the rounder face.
I didn't like the rounder face. I thought it was a little too human. I mean, like even
Okay.
in episode 3, the Utapauans.
Oh yeah, they're like oblong heads.
They do have
yeah,
longer
for sure.
heads, more drawn features.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like budget really would have helped with some of the visual letdowns. Setting some of the limits of the volume were obvious. The final episode of the series, where Obi-Wan is saying goodbye to Leia, and I read a comment later that, oh, the volume, this circular sound stage with an LED wall wrapped around it, really lends itself to a small cluster of characters and just empty background behind them.
Yeah.
When you had Bail Organa and his wife and 2 guards standing on the edge of the platform, and Obi-Wan and Leia in the middle,
Just kind of
and nothing behind them.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. I didn't even pick up on that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, calling for the explanation.
Yes. Some of the negatives I had from this season as a whole, I'm still scratching my head at the fact that this was only 6 episodes when Book of Boba Fett was borderline just not good and had 7 episodes.
Budget.
I mean, yeah, but like, why didn't they spend it on Ewan McGregor making a wonderful reappearance of the Star Wars universe? I that is just beyond me. Yeah, that was a big negative for me, because it really did feel like the season was rushed. As soon as we're getting to understand where Obi-Wan's coming from and understand like why he doesn't want to face Vader, why he's afraid of his failures, all of a sudden the season's coming to an end. It just felt very rushed. And like Mark said, I think the actress they used to play Leia, while she was great, she could have used a couple more years of growing up. She looked a little too young. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, again, in that actress's, to her credit, personality-wise and like the caliber of her acting, on point.
It's Leia Organa
it's
to a
just
T.
Age.
Yeah, Leia Organa.
Kind of the opposite problem of like what a lot of high school set dramas have.
Again, Reva's motivations to me were a little head scratching. I loved Moses Ingram as Reva. I wish we had gotten more of the Inquisitors. Why was the Grand Inquisitor just stabbed in the gut, then magically retconned into having 2 stomachs?
Did they say 2 stomachs?
Yeah, they said, like, the wonder of having 2 stomachs is that you can live in only one. Or something like that. Speaking of which, that was another somewhat negative I had, was the series came very close to shattering canon on a couple of occasions, which I'm a big stickler for. I don't like it when canon is altered in a way just to meet a confusing narrative point, and it really felt like canon it came close to being completely shattered, and or like completely everything pre-established that we love about Star Wars just tossed out the window.
That's dramatic.
Kind of, but also it wouldn't be the first time it's happened, because somehow Palpatine returned. Sorry, rough spot for both of us. We honestly haven't decided what's worse, Book of Boba Fett or Rise of Skywalker.
No, Rise of Skywalker, 100%. But Book of Boba Fett had a narrative.
This season of television was good, and I'm glad it didn't stick on Tatooine the entire time. But I still have to. It's hovering at around a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm happy to give it a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. I don't think it lived up to its potential.
Agreed.
But I've definitely been hitting the burnout wall with Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel content. I'm admittedly willing to tolerate more from Star Wars content than from Marvel content. It gets me more excited. I'm willing to forgive more.
I'm on the same
And
boat.
at this point, I've lowered my expectations. I'll enjoy it for what it is, even if it kind of sucks.
All that being said, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining our good Heroes of the Galaxy. And just remember,
Driver picks the music.
Shotgun shuts.